Macro Eagle, a channel that focuses on macroeconomics and current trends. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. After the recent two sessions gathering of the top China economic and trade officials, the Chinese government's official stance is that it must find new markets and diversify away from the typical two major trading blocs that it has historically relied on, mainly European Union and the United States. This is more pressing now as the US administration has imposed a double tariff in the short few months of the newly elected president. According to the Beijing, the focus moving forward is on higher technology, higher value added world export oriented products. At the same time, the Chinese government is keen on opening up its economy with an import value of $2.49 trillion US or 18 trillion yuan, making China the second biggest importer after the United States. Defense surge spending appears to be on the cards in the Eurozone. The proposal to spend 800 billion euros to boost rearmament and restart a sluggish economy throughout Western Europe. Europe has seen stagnant growth across Germany, France and Italy, the big three economies. This move could be seen as another alternative manufacturing sector to rely on and diversify from. After Donald Trump has explicitly said that the US would not supply intelligence sharing services to Ukraine and temporarily halt and limit arms deliveries, it appears the European Union is being compelled to spend above the 5% of GDP for each nation, as was covered in the US pre-election campaign under Donald Trump. The following chart shows most of the Nordic countries spending already above the guideline rate of 2% of each country's GDP. So additional spending above the current rate is most likely to benefit countries at or below the current guideline, which clearly shows the big countries are the prime benefactors, not only because the budgets are higher, but also a large portion of the military equipment is produced in these countries, benefiting local manufacturing. Non-farm payrolls, a key economic indicator in the US that reflects health in the economy, contracted in February to 151,000 jobs. DOGE, or the Department of Government Efficiency, and private sector job losses contributed to the weakness in the number. Even though there was a slight tick up in the unemployment rate to 4.1%, US payroll growth demonstrates solid continued growth despite recently introduced global tariffs. However, the proof of a very strong US economy can only be determined when enough time has occurred for this global tariff effects to flow through. To Australia, the last economic quarter's growth came in at 0.6%, with annualized reading of GDP so far sitting at 1.3%. This print couldn't have come at a better time as the federal elections is closely approaching and Labor support is in decline. Treasurer Jim Chalmers was in good spirits, encouraging the fact that consumers are spending more and saying that the worst is behind us when it comes to inflation. As the article title states, Australia has left the 21-month per capita recession. This simply means that per head or per citizen, the economic situation is improving, as wages are growing per household, employment is still plentiful, and tax change relief for middle-income Australians are starting to have their intended effect. Productivity, however, is still a big concern. Productivity is, as the word implies, how productive each worker is at their role in a set number of hours. It's a measure of efficiency, really. So employers don't mind paying workers extra money if employees are super efficient. As the following chart shows, Australia is basically no more productive than the same period in 2016. Advancements in technology or investments in new equipment can boost productivity levels, or upskilling the working population, or can create productivity gains. Canada has already felt the brunt of post-tariff fallout with China, now targeting canola oil, pork and aquamarine products. This is in contrast to Canada's import levy on electric vehicles, steel and aluminium products from China. As you can see from the following chart, rapeseed, which is derived from canola flour, is Canada's third biggest export to China. There are some media pundits that believe Beijing has levied on canola oil strategically as to not disrupt too much Canada's trade relationship with China and the fact it is the second time canola has been targeted since 2019, when an ex-Huawei executive was detained. Politics and economics always seem to intermingle at the highest level when national strategic interest is at stake. Well, that's it, all people, for this episode. Many thanks for watching. If you enjoy the content and like my work, could you please like and subscribe? It helps the channel out. Also, if you want to check out my ebook on Amazon, links are provided below. Once again, thanks and Eagle out.